It's 6 a.m. on a Monday and you stop for your usual coffee, but something's off. The price on the menu is triple what you paid last week. You fumble out a $20 0-cent bill for a few basic groceries, but the cashier shakes her head. It's not enough. Gasoline prices on the station sign have skyrocketed overnight. Your heart pounds as you check your phone. The news headline reads, "Dollar plunges in historic collapse. Families are rushing to stores trying to spend their bills before they lose even more value." This isn't a movie scene, it's a real-world nightmare scenario of a US dollar collapse. And it could happen. Sounds extreme, keep watching. Experts are warning that this impossible scenario might not be so far-fetched. Why experts are sounding the alarm? This scenario may feel dramatic, but credible voices in finance are raising red flags. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio cautions that America's financial foundation is eroding. He believes the world order with the US at the center is breaking down due to unsustainable bad fundamentals. Dalio says it may be naive to think the US can keep borrowing without consequences. Lenders might not get paid back in full, value hard dollars, if confidence evaporates. Similarly, veteran economist Peter Schiff has warned Americans to get ready for a major dollar decline. He argues that gold's rise in recent years is signaling that the dollar is going down for the count, and he predicts the greenback will lose its status as the world reserve currency. These aren't fringe doomsayers. They're well-known figures who have studied economic history and see storm clouds on the horizon. Why are they so concerned? In short, America's money problems. Inflation has already been biting at you. You've seen it in your grocery bills. The US national debt is above $30 trillion and climbing, now roughly 125% of our entire economy. The government keeps borrowing and printing money to pay the bills, which can erode the dollar's value. Meanwhile, global trust in the dollar is waning. Countries like China, Russia, and even US allies are exploring ways to trade without using dollars. In fact, the dollar's share of global reserves has slipped as nations diversify into other currencies and gold. It's a gradual shift, until one day, it's not. Pressure builds, then suddenly, snap, confidence shatters. That's how a currency collapse often happens, slowly, then all at once. What a dollar collapse could look like. Let's be clear. A dollar collapse doesn't mean the dollar disappears. It means it plummets in value fast. Think hyperinflation. Every day your money buys less. Prices for imports like food, fuel, and electronics would skyrocket. The trigger? A loss of global trust. Countries dumping US treasuries and the dollar. The Fed might print more to stabilize things, only fueling the fire. We've seen this before. In Zimbabwe, inflation hit 231 million%. In 1920s Germany, people used wheelbarrows of cash for groceries. A US collapse would differ, but the pain would feel similar. Savings wiped out, prices out of control, and economic chaos. For everyday Americans, it would mean paychecks losing value fast. That $100 grocery trip? Now $300. Gas prices surge. Savings in dollars erode. Loans become expensive or unreachable. Businesses falter, jobs vanish, and retirement accounts shrink. It would impact every part of daily life. A scenario we hope to avoid, but must be ready for. How to protect your wealth, practical strategies. The picture of a dollar collapse is scary, no doubt. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Just as you'd prepare for a hurricane you see forming in the distance, you can prepare financially for a potential currency storm. Let's break down concrete strategies to protect your wealth if the dollar collapses. Steps that everyday people, not just billionaires, can start implementing today. 1. Diversify with precious metals. Gold and silver are time-tested hedges against currency collapse. They don't rely on governments and retain value when paper money doesn't. In the late 1917s, gold surged as the dollar weakened. Today, even central banks are stockpiling it. Holding a small portion of your savings in gold or silver coins can act as a financial lifeboat in a dollar crisis. 2. Invest in real assets. Real assets. Land, real estate, commodities have tangible value. As the dollar weakens, their prices typically rise. People always need housing, food, and fuel. Owning something physical means your wealth is tied to real utility, not just numbers on a screen. Real assets help preserve purchasing power when currency-based wealth evaporates. 3. Build cash flow income streams. In times of currency instability, cash flow is king. Rentals, dividend stocks, or side businesses create income that adjusts over time. Relying on one paycheck is risky. Multiple income streams act as backup generators. If one fails, others keep you running. Start building now so you're not caught flat-footed later. 4. Reduce reliance on debt. High debt makes you vulnerable in a collapse. If rates spike, variable debt, like credit cards or adjustable mortgages, can become unaffordable. Use today's stability to pay down high-interest debt and avoid new loans unless necessary. The less you owe, the more freedom and resilience you'll have when things get turbulent. 5. Hold some foreign currency with caution. A small portion of savings in foreign currencies like Swiss francs or euros can be a hedge if the dollar drops. But don't go all in. All fiat currencies carry risk and global crises can spread. Think of it as insurance, not a full-on shift. Use a multi-currency account or fund to keep this simple and balanced. 6. Adopt a resilient mindset. Mindset is everything. Understand that economic volatility is normal. Don't panic. Prepare strategically. Educate yourself, talk to your family or advisor, and run financial fire drills in your mind. What if the dollar dropped 50%? By mentally rehearsing scenarios, you'll act with calm when others panic. Stay adaptable, stay informed, and always have a plan B. Conclusion. Empower yourself today. No one can say for certain if or when the dollar will truly collapse. It might never happen as dramatically as our opening story, or it could years down the line. Here's the takeaway. By taking steps now, you remove fear of the unknown. You hope you'll never need your economic bug-out bag, but you'll have it packed anyway. Diversify a bit into gold or silver. Consider real assets and multiple income streams. Trim down debt. Maybe keep a little foreign cash in your safe. And most importantly, build a mindset of prepared confidence instead of panic. These actions are practical insurance. They improve your financial health even if no collapse comes. You're not just protecting wealth for a dollar collapse. You're building wealth and resilience for any future. So ask yourself, if the dollar collapsed tomorrow, would you sink or swim? The truth is, you have the power to make sure you'll swim. Start with small steps today. Keep learning, stay vigilant, and take action while times are relatively calm. The goal isn't to live in fear, it's to live in empowerment. By preparing for the worst, you can face the future with hope. When the dollar falls, will you be ready? Make that answer yes, and you'll sleep a lot better at night, no matter what the financial storm brings. Now is the time to protect your wealth and your future, so if the dollar ever falls, you'll stand tall.